All right, so hello everybody and welcome to Car Confections. We are in the all-new 2024 Chevy Traverse. This is the Z71 trim level, and this, of course, is a brand new addition to the lineup, and it is designed to be off-road focused. So this is a trim level that's going to give you a good deal of additional capability versus the other trim levels of the Traverse, which is what we're going to test out. So we're off-road right now, and we're going to show you guys how this performs. So let's go ahead and get to it.
Now, before we get started with this, I do want to just go ahead and hit the main powertrain elements. For those of you that don't already know, this is going to have an all-new engine, really, for the entire Chevy brand, a 2.5-liter turbo 4-cylinder. And really the special thing about this is it's making quite a bit of power and lots of torque. So, Drew, do you want to tell them those numbers?
Yeah, so 328 horsepower and 326 pound-feet of torque. That's really good. That's a power figure that is quite a bit better than what it was previously with the V6, and also better than a number of the competitors, both V6 and turbo 4-cylinders. Now, the engine is going to be paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission, and we have a twin-clutch all-wheel drive system that is exclusive to the Z71. It's basically an advanced torque vectoring system which can distribute the torque up to 100% of it to any of the 4 individual wheels.
Now, of course, we're going to be testing that out on this off-road course. So let's go ahead and get into what you're going to get with this Z71 off-road and talk about our overall off-road experience. And I do want to also remind you, if you want to learn more about this Z71 Traverse, we do have a detailed walk-around review going through all the exterior and interior bits. There's a lot to talk about. So if you want to know all of that information, you can find that video on our channel. But let's get to off-roading.
If you're new here, we're brothers, and we've been reviewing cars since we were 12
and 16. We may be young, but we love cars.
And we'd love for you to subscribe to be a part of our Car Confections family. Let's learn a lot, have some fun with all the latest cars.
All right, guys, here we are going off-roading in the all-new 2024 Chevy Traverse Z71. We're just outside of Atlanta, Georgia, here on a nice horse farm, which gives us the opportunity to do a little off-roading and see what this Z71 is all about. Now, they told us we can go up to 50 miles an hour, so we're going to do a little bit of high-speed off-roading, I suppose, in this field. And this is really in an effort to show you guys that this Z71 is more than just design. There is some added capability. As we mentioned earlier in the review, we do have all-terrain tires on this model, as well as a real metal skid plate and additional ground clearance. Make sure I don't hit any of these ducks.
Watch the wildlife. But as Mason was saying, I think it's very important to note, in this segment of vehicle, you have some entries that are basically cosmetic packages. They're designed to look a little tougher, but they ultimately don't add any capability. The Traverse here, though, is adding capability. While this is not going to turn the Z71 into a hardcore off-road machine, this is going to be adding extra capability so that you can do some moderate off-road things with confidence, is basically the entire point of this vehicle. I have to say, I'm really impressed by how stable everything feels and how good the ride quality is to just be buzzing through an open field
40
at this
miles
type
an
of
hour.
speed.
I have to say exactly the same. You've already seen some of the on-road dynamics, and as you can see, we're hitting some pretty big bumps here on this just open field, and it is doing a fantastic job of soaking it up, which once again goes to just support what we said earlier about this vehicle's ride quality. It does have really, really exceptional ride quality, especially here for the Z71. Of course, other versions of the Traverse are not going to have quite as media tires to kind of soak up some of those bumps, and the special tuned off-road suspension. Now we're hitting some more big bumps. And we're taking a little detour up the hill. So we did some of the more high-speed stuff. And then now we're kind of getting to the little bit more technical off-road wood bits. Now, like we mentioned, this is a special all-wheel drive setup for the Z71 that can actually send torque up to 100% to each wheel, so that definitely helps you in case like one wheel loses traction.
Exactly. Another thing to reiterate is the fact this does have skid plates. Those are real skid plates. You know, some competitors just have the like design kind of that sets on the front, but it's really just a plastic bumper. This does actually have real skid plates, so you can feel assured that between the real skid plates, the additional 1.2 inches of ground clearance, that you can easily take on rough road surfaces and some moderate off-road obstacles like we're taking on right now.
Now I had Drew go ahead and flip on the camera, which is particularly useful. That's actually a standard feature on every single Traverse for this all-new generation, is to have that 360 camera. And here on like an off-road situation, it really comes in handy. We're not doing a lot of like rock climbing or anything. That's not really what this vehicle is designed for, but in case you're tilted up at a high angle, this camera is definitely going to be able to help you see what's over top of the hill and keep you kind of in the middle of the trail itself.
Yeah, it doesn't have a dedicated like specific off-road mode, but it lets you run it at pretty high speeds, so that's really the main thing. You know, it is always annoying when a vehicle will just turn it off at like 5 miles an hour. This one here, we're running 15 or even higher, and it's still on, so that's really good. And here's where those cameras come in handy, because we have a tight little turn here between these trees. There we go. Nice work.
Yeah, and on that loose gravel, you can really feel the all-wheel drive system really working and doing its magic. Another thing I really like is the loads of torque that you're getting with this new 4-cylinder. You have so much torque with this motor, and that comes in very handy in really any type of off-road situation, that is for sure. This is also an area where that extra ground clearance comes in handy. And guys, that's going to be where we leave off on this in-depth review of the all-new 2024 Chevy Traverse Z71. If you enjoyed watching this video or found it helpful in your purchasing decisions, we would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button down below. By subscribing, not only are you going to get more car content like this, you're also going to gain access to being a part of our Car Confections family. We have a lot of fun on this channel, and I'm sure you won't want to miss out. If you're already a part of our family, thank you so much for your continued support, and we'll catch you next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.